And gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and family, good day. We are living in a world that places so much emphasis on external appearances. We are constantly bombarded with messages about what we should look like, what age we should act like, and how we should define beauty. But let me tell you this today, looking younger than your age is not just about good genes or skincare routines. It is a reflection of something far deeper. If you look younger than your age, it means you carry joy in your heart. It means that despite the challenges you face, the disappointments you've encountered, the burdens you've carried, you've chosen to hold on to joy. Joy is a fountain of youth. It keeps your spirit light and your soul unburdened. And that joy radiates out in the form of your smile, your eyes, your posture, and yes, even in the way you walk into a room. You see, joy doesn't just preserve the body, it preserves the spirit. If you look younger than your age, it means you have lived fully. Not just existed, but lived. You've chosen to embrace the seasons of your life, knowing that every wrinkle, every scar, every line tells a story of growth, transformation, and resilience. You've learned to release the need for perfection because you understand that flaws are simply evidence of the life you've lived. A life that is rich, a life that is full, a life that is authentic. Looking younger than your age also means that you care for yourself. Now, I don't mean just in the physical sense, though yes, taking care of your health is important. I mean you are mindful of the nourishment you feed your mind, your soul, and your body. You make choices that empower you. You seek peace. You nurture your spirit. You rest when you need to. And you surround yourself with love. And that, my friends, manifests in the energy you give off. When you honor yourself, your life begins to honor you back. If you look younger than your age, it means you let go. You've learned that forgiveness is not just for the person who wronged you, but also for yourself. You've learned that holding on to grudges, past pain, or negative energy only weighs you down. And you've chosen to release that weight. You've chosen to forgive, to heal, and to grow. And that is a true mark of wisdom, my friends. It is not about how long you've been alive, but about how you've lived, how you've loved, and how you've allowed yourself to evolve. And finally, if you look younger than your age, it means you've chosen to be intentional. Intentional about your energy, intentional about your environment, intentional about your relationships. You don't just let life happen to you. You take responsibility for how you show up every single day. You've learned that life will give you what you choose to put out into the world. And that energy, that positivity, that purpose, it keeps you youthful. It keeps you vibrant. It keeps you alive. So today, when you look in the mirror and see a reflection that seems younger than your years, know that it's not by accident. Know that you've tapped into something far more powerful than a youthful appearance. You've tapped into a mindset of joy, a mindset of growth, a mindset of self-care, a mindset of intentionality. And let me remind you, youth is not just in the skin, youth is in the heart. So walk in your power, friends. Walk in your joy. Walk in your authenticity. And remember that the greatest beauty is not just found in how we look, but in how we live. Joy is one of the most powerful forces in our lives, and it plays a crucial role in how we experience the world, and believe it or not, how we age. It's easy to think of youth as being merely a physical attribute, smooth skin, a youthful glow, and boundless energy. However, joy transcends the physical. It's a state of being, a mental and emotional posture that directly impacts not only how we feel, but how we appear. When we carry joy in our hearts, it radiates outward, influencing everything from our expressions to the way we move through life. There's a certain lightness that joy brings. And it's not just a fleeting emotion. Joy is an anchor, a foundation that can carry us through life's toughest challenges. It's easy to let life's difficulties weigh us down, to become bogged down by stress, disappointment, and frustration. But when we choose joy, we are making an active decision to reject the burdens that life may throw our way. We are choosing to look beyond the obstacles and see the beauty that still exists, even in the most trying circumstances. Looking younger than your age is often a reflection of how much joy you've allowed to permeate your life. People who consistently carry joy within them exude a kind of energy that doesn't come from surface level treatments or beauty products. It comes from a deep, unshakable sense of contentment and peace. It doesn't matter how many years have passed or what external challenges have arisen. When joy fills your heart, it keeps you buoyant, lifting you above the weight of age and time. It keeps you feeling light and youthful, regardless of the number of candles on your birthday cake. This lightness of being comes from the realization that joy is not dependent on perfect circumstances. It doesn't require everything in life to be easy or ideal. In fact, some of the most joyful people are those who have faced adversity with grace, knowing that every difficult moment can lead to a deeper understanding of life's beauty. This is not to say that joy is about ignoring pain or pretending that everything is okay when it's not. Rather, it's about choosing to focus on what is good and what is worthy of celebration, even in the midst of hardship. One of the remarkable things about joy is that it has a ripple effect. When you radiate joy, you inspire others to do the same. You become a source of energy for those around you, uplifting them and reminding them of the power of positivity. This exchange of joy doesn't just improve your own life, it enhances the lives of those you interact with, creating a cycle of positivity that continues to grow. This sense of shared joy is something that keeps you looking young because it fosters connection, love, and a sense of community that nourishes the soul. Moreover, joy directly impacts your physical well-being. It has been scientifically proven that positive emotions can boost the immune system, reduce stress levels, and even lower the risk of chronic illnesses. When we're joyful, we're less likely to succumb to the negative effects of stress, which can age us both mentally and physically. Joy has a way of lowering cortisol levels, the stress hormone that accelerates aging, while simultaneously increasing the production of endorphins, which are natural mood enhancers. This is why those who are able to embrace joy often appear younger and more vibrant. They're giving their bodies the gift of relaxation, health, and vitality. The beauty of joy is that it doesn't come with a price tag. You don't need to spend money on expensive treatments or beauty products to tap into its power. All you need is the willingness to cultivate it in your life, to choose joy even when it feels difficult, and to embrace the beauty that exists in each moment. Joy is a mindset, a perspective that you can adopt at any age, and it will never fail to bring out the best in you. It nurtures your spirit and in turn nurtures your body, allowing you to glow from the inside out. In this world that often focuses on external beauty, joy remains one of the most timeless, ageless, and precious qualities we can possess. It is the essence of youth, not because it prevents aging, but because it keeps us vibrant, healthy, and full of life, no matter what age we may be. Embracing life's seasons means understanding that life is not static. It's fluid, it's dynamic, and it's always evolving. Each season of our life serves a purpose, teaching us lessons, shaping us into who we are meant to become, and preparing us for what's next. Often we focus on the idea of youth as a single, unchanging period, but in reality, youthfulness is something that can be nurtured at every stage of life. To look younger than our age, we must learn to embrace all the seasons we go through, finding beauty and wisdom in each of them. The first step in embracing life's seasons is acknowledging that change is inevitable. Life is a constant cycle of growth, decay, renewal, and transformation. From childhood to adulthood and eventually to old age, each phase brings its own unique set of experiences, challenges, and joys. However, we often spend too much time longing for the past or fearing the future instead of embracing the present moment. When we resist the natural flow of life, we risk missing out on the opportunities for growth that each stage offers. One of the most powerful ways to stay youthful, both in mind and body, is to release the fear of aging. Many of us are conditioned to believe that growing older is something to be feared, something that strips us of our vitality and beauty. But if we learn to embrace the different seasons of life, we understand that with each new stage comes new opportunities. In fact, the later stages of life can be incredibly enriching if we approach them with the right mindset. The wisdom that comes with age, the freedom that comes with maturity, and the depth of experience we acquire all contribute to a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. Looking younger than your age is often a result of how well you've adapted to each season. If you've spent your years learning, growing, and evolving instead of holding on to past regrets or fears, your life will reflect that adaptability. People who embrace their seasons are open to change, and they actively seek ways to learn from every experience. Whether it's in their career, relationships, or personal growth, they understand that each season has something to offer. They approach each moment with a sense of curiosity and appreciation, which helps them stay mentally and emotionally young. This acceptance of life's changes also means taking the time to reflect on the lessons we've learned. It's about acknowledging the challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth, rather than viewing them as obstacles that hold us back. Each experience, no matter how difficult, has the potential to shape us into stronger, more resilient individuals. And the beauty of this is that the more we learn to navigate life's challenges with grace, the more youthful and vibrant we appear. Our strength, our adaptability, and our ability to find peace in the midst of chaos shine through, keeping us young in spirit. Moreover, embracing life seasons means allowing ourselves to let go of the pressure to be perfect. Many of us fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others or to an idealized version of what we think we should be at a certain age. But when we release that pressure and accept ourselves fully, we free ourselves from the burden of unrealistic expectations. We start to embrace our true selves, flaws and all, and this acceptance radiates outward. People who embrace their seasons are often the ones who have a sense of self-assurance that transcends physical appearance. This confidence and contentment are what make them truly beautiful, and it is a quality that can keep them looking younger. Another important aspect of embracing life seasons is learning to enjoy the journey rather than focusing solely on the destination. Often we rush through life, eager to reach the next milestone or achieve the next goal. But if we focus too much on what's ahead, we risk missing out on the richness of the present. The seasons of life are meant to be experienced, not just enjoyed. When we savor the present moment, we nurture our mental and emotional well-being, which contributes to a more youthful appearance. Those who embrace life seasons understand that each phase brings its own gifts, whether it's the enthusiasm of youth, the wisdom of maturity, or the peace of old age. Instead of resisting these stages, they choose to embrace them fully, knowing that each season holds its own beauty and importance. By doing so, they not only enrich their lives, but also cultivate a timeless energy that helps them look and feel younger, no matter their age. Self-care is often seen as a luxury or something that can be put on the back burner when life gets busy. However, it is far more than just an indulgence or a brief escape. Self-care is a necessity for maintaining balance, health, and vitality. When we consistently prioritize self-care, we are not only taking steps to nourish our bodies and minds, but we are also investing in our overall well-being. The way we care for ourselves has a direct impact on how we feel and how we appear to the world. Looking younger than your age is often a reflection of how well you've cared for yourself, not just in the physical sense, but emotionally and mentally as well. At the core of self-care is the understanding that we must be intentional about our well-being. It's about creating space for rest, reflection, and rejuvenation in our busy lives. In a world that constantly demands more from us, it can be easy to neglect our own needs. We may push ourselves to the brink of exhaustion, ignore our emotions, or suppress the need for rest because we feel it's not a priority. But when we do this, we are doing ourselves a disservice. Our bodies, minds, and spirits need nourishment and care to function at their best. When we ignore these needs, we begin to feel drained, stressed, and depleted, which in turn affects how we look and feel. Caring for ourselves is not just about pampering ourselves with occasional spa days or beauty treatments. It goes deeper than that. Self-care involves setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and allowing ourselves to take a step back when things become overwhelming. It means recognizing when we are pushing ourselves too hard and giving ourselves permission to rest without feeling guilty. It's also about practicing self-compassion, accepting that we are human and that it's okay to have moments of weakness. True self-care starts with kindness towards oneself, acknowledging our worth, and recognizing that we deserve to feel good both inside and out. Self-care also involves caring for our physical health. Nutrition, exercise, and sleep are fundamental aspects of self-care that directly impact our appearance and vitality. Eating nourishing foods, staying hydrated, and engaging in regular physical activity all contribute to a healthier body, which in turn affects how we look and feel. Exercise, for instance, has been shown to improve circulation, boost energy levels, and promote a youthful glow. When we care for our bodies, we help maintain physical vitality and prevent premature aging. Likewise, quality sleep is essential for the body's repair and rejuvenation. Poor sleep can lead to dark circles, dull skin, and an overall fatigue appearance, while adequate rest allows our bodies to heal, refresh, and renew. But self-care doesn't just stop with the body. It's also crucial for our emotional and mental health. Caring for our mental health is just as important as taking care of our physical health. This can mean different things for different people. For some, it may involve journaling, meditation, or mindfulness practices to quiet